Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to turn your Roblox avatar into a plushie. So first things first, you're going to want to spawn in your avatar to Roblox Studio there's many plugins. Personally, I use Already Pro's plugin. It's right here. You just type in your name and then click spawn. I usually do R6, guys. There's zero reason to pick any other one. So yeah, now that we have this, we're going to click on him, go over here, and export selection. Save this to somewhere on your computer that you will remember, and then we have to go over to Blender. Now that we're in Blender, you want to go up to File, Import, and OBJ. Find your OBJ on your computer, and then go to Geometry, and make sure you have both of these checked. It's going to save you some time later on. Alright, so now that we have it imported, we get something like this. All you want to do is click on a piece. I usually go like, I guess it could be anything. Click on this red dot in here, like this red checkerboard. Scroll down, and you want to change Alpha Blend to Alpha Clip. That's going to make this look all normal once again. And now, since it's a plushie, and if you want it to be in UGC, you have to meet quite a bit of requirements. The first one being 1200 verts. The second one being 256 by 256 texture. So the first thing we're going to do is delete all the unnecessary stuff. Since plushies are super small, stuff like this baton is not needed, and this vest thing, just not needed. Up next, all of these limbs, we got to keep the dev sword because that is needed. We're going to move all these limbs to the side, and these are the Roblox assets that we want on the plushie itself, guys. Why is this connecting to the leg? What the heck? Okay, so we have all this stuff now. And if we go down here, we can see it says verts, 4,795. That is way too many for what we're trying to do. So the first thing we're going to do is, we're going to go up here to mesh, clean up, and then we're going to merge by distance. There we go. Now our verts are 2,200. Quite a bit better, guys. Quite a bit better. Up next, we're going to click X and limited dissolve. Now it does mess up a bit of the textures, but we're at 1,900. That's very nice. And now we look at other stuff that we can get rid of to bring this down even more. So I'm going to grab faces and press L to select linked. All of these Roblox icons that you won't really see due to being blocked by the Dominus, I am going to delete all of those. Delete faces, and now all of those are gone, but looking at it from this side, you can't really tell much. Alright, so now that we've got this, we're at 1,900 verts, which is okay, but not too ideal. Before we get into decimating it, we're going to hop into Photoshop, and I'll show you guys why. Now, there are many free apps other than Photoshop. There's like Photopea.com, which does the same stuff. Paint.net you could do everything with. But this is the Roblox texture for a character. Now, what we're going to do is only take the most important parts because this is a plushie, and it has to fit on this size of a canvas. So let me grab everything I deem important from this and move it over to this. Alright guys, so here's what I deemed important, and I'll explain the method to my madness. So first things first, we have the horns here, the sword, and the Dominus. Those are our biggest items, other than the torso and the back. For the feet, I only grabbed one side of the pant leg because it's such a small object that I don't think it's overly gonna matter. But the Dominus and the horns are definitely some of the most important things on this, so here's our texture. Let's take it into Blender. Alright, we're going to open up this UV editing panel and have our texture right here. To add that in, all you do is click on this little file and find where you saved it on your computer. And as you can see, this stuff's quite messed up. So if I grab this, alright, here we go. Let's just join all of these together because why not? And we're going to kind of mess with this texture a little bit. It says base color here. We're going to change this to our other handle, which is named plushie.jpg. Now, as you can see, this is all messed up, but if we go here, we can kind of differentiate how they had stuff placed. Like over here, if you look at it, we can see these wings, and these look like eyes, so this is probably for the Dominus. We're going to take this over to our Dominus texture, and then we're going to just try to make it fit. As you can see, we're starting to get some Dominus colors over here. We're going to do S and X to scale along the X-axis, and look at that. It looks like it's going to fit very, very good. We might have to move around just a little bit of stuff, but overall, this is looking pretty good. I'm going to take my time, get this really nice, because I am being paid pretty good for this commission. So let me make sure I have all this real lined up and real good, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I was running into a bit of an error where there would be like, I don't know how to explain, like an artificial tear in the mesh. Let me show you a GIF. So right here, guys, as you can see, there's like a tear across the top of the mesh, and I did have to ask for some help because I've never experienced this before. But it turns out the shader was just using an old version of the texture, so yeah, now that we have this, we're all good. It all works out. Now, we need to start cutting down on these verts. I've got it all the way down to 1,528, but our grand total has to be below 1,200. So, I've deleted the face off of the back of this. I think I'm going to delete all the bottom faces right here, which will shave off another 22 vertices. Let's go ahead and delete those faces. Oh, yikes. We did edges, we need faces. There we go. Now that won't cause any problems because, of course, you're going to have a body. So you can't see those. I did delete some of those Roblox icons up there. And now we just have to look for more stuff that we can delete. Or decimate, but I'm trying my best not to do that. I think if we grab this, because I could definitely do this mask thing with a lot less verts, I feel. Let's see how many this is. All right, so we've got the entirety of the mask, and it's 40 verts. I'm just going to press X and delete those faces. And then I'm going to grab around this and press F to fill and just see if it works in my favor or not. All right, F to fill. We're going to go from... You know, I don't think we gained anything because we're already using the verts that we have. Now, of course, it is a little busted looking, so we're going to project from view, press A over here, scale this down, and we're going to put it where the old hood was, so it has the exact same texture. But we did lose a bunch of verts, which is super nice. Scale this down, put it right there. And look at that, guys. It also looks a bit cleaner than the old one as well. So now, overall, as you can see, by the way, we did meticulously place all this stuff. Like, it looks very nice. But as you can see, our texture's looking good. So we're going to go to our layout mode once again. And we are at a grand total of 1,500 verts. So I'm guessing I need to get this thing... I don't know, at least 500 less, because I still have to model the body. Alright guys, I think I've got my idea. So check this out. As you can see, we have 958 verts now instead of 1,500. Basically, what I did was X, limited dissolve, and I just brought this up like as much as I thought I could without distorting the shape. Like obviously, this looks bad, but if we go back to where we were, it actually keeps pretty much all the shape. It does flatten out the fins, which does not matter at all, considering it's going to be so small on your shoulder. So this is looking pretty good, and it gives us a grand total of under 1,000 verts, which means we have 200 to play with to make the body. So, yeah, let's hope for the best. Anyways, we're going to start in with a cube, and I do like to bevel the cubes, which does add some verts, but we're going to just have to see what works. Of course, we want it to appear soft and everything like that, so let's just see how we could do it. With most plushies, you want the head to be pretty disproportionately big compared to the body, so we're going to put this right up to here, and this will be our torso. And I guess we're going to bevel it just once. Shade smooth, of course. Looking good. Now we're going to do this, drag it on over, go into edit mode. I was going to just do S and X, but then we're going to get a little bit of a distortion with our lines. So now we're going to have an arm over here. And I like to make the arms a little bit shorter than the body. Something like this. Now we'll grab it, duplicate it, and put it onto the other side, just like so. Go back into our material preview so we can see everything. All right. If we grab everything, we're at 1,030 verts, which means we're doing extremely well. Now let's go ahead and add some legs to this guy. So Shift D, bring these down here. And these, of course, are going to need to be just a little bit longer because legs and arms should not be the same. There we go. Let's get these where they need to be. I'm going to line them up on the line here. Move one to this side. Ooh, it's not exactly going to work for us. So I'm going to center these like so. All right, let's check this guy out. So here, yo, this is definitely a little plushy dude. I think it's too proportional. So let me edit the shapes a little bit and figure out what I like. All right, dude. So I'm liking this a little bit better. We're going to join all of this stuff together. And right here, we only have 110 verts for the body, which is super impressive to me. So if we put everything together, we are under the vert limit. And of course, our thing over here is still looking pretty good. Now, we have a little bit more work to do. So let's go to face select first, press L, and we're going to do U and project from view to make sure we have kind of the same look all the way around. A over here, G, we should join these together so they share the texture. There we go. And now we kind of just line everything up on our texture. So we need to drop this down because I doubt there should be that much skin showing. And then we'll scale it out a little bit as well. And as you can see, it looks pretty decent. There should still not be that much skin, I don't think. Maybe like that. Yeah, that looks a little better. But the back, as you can see, has the same thing. So we need to grab that, press G, and move it over to the other side. And now it has that back. Of course, we need to line it up real nice. In fact, we should grab the back and the top here and move those over. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Now, as you can see, the arms and legs are all messed up, but it's the same process. Just grab one of these. We'll grab both of them because why not? We're going to press U, project from view, and then we're going to stack these over here perfectly on top of one another. So let me just rotate this one, move it on over, rotate it a little more so they're perfectly matched up. There we go. And now we're going to rotate it sideways because that's how we have it on our little thing over here. And then R180, so the foot is on the right side. Scale this up until we can't anymore and put it right here. As you can see, we can see the shoes, and I do have it going the same way around the whole thing because it's a plushie and it's going to be super small. No one will even notice that unless they watched this video. Now we're going to rinse and repeat with the arms, guys, which I think I low-key forgot to put the arms on the texture. So that's going to be a little tragic. I'm not going to lie to you. But we're going to see what we can do first, and if it just doesn't work, we'll have to kind of optimize or remake our texture anyways. So let's line these up just how we did the legs. And if we get lucky, we can use the side over here. I mean, it works, but not good enough. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rotate these, put them up at the top. There we go. Rotate them a little more, scale them a little more. There, that's perfect. And what I'm going to do, guys, is go edit this texture in Photoshop, and all we need to do is add an arm. So we'll grab the bottom here, and let's see, what arm piece do we want? Probably one like this. We're gonna go something like this, guys. So layer via copy, and let's put it onto our new texture right up here at the top. And of course we have to shrink it all the way down so it doesn't cover anything else. I will stretch it a little bit. There we go, and let's save this. Now, since we didn't mess with any of the vertices or anything like that, or move anything around on the texture, this should be a pretty seamless process. Throw the new texture in, and as you can see, it works perfectly, guys. It has the sleeves on and everything. That's what I'm talking about, and that is how you make a plushie on Roblox, guys. If you want it to be UGC, make sure your texture size is 256 by 256, and make sure you don't pass 1,200 vertices and 4,000 tries, which the triangle thing, I usually don't have an issue with. But I'm going to send this off to him and see what he thinks. Alright, guys, so he said we can count this one as done. I did change a little bit of stuff, of course the size, but to make it more plushy appearance, which I'll go ahead and show you guys what I changed, just in case you're trying to make one of these yourself. So, as you can see, looking at this too, this one looks a little bit more human-like, of course with soft edges, but just more human-like. This one looks more plushy-like, and that is because the head and accessories are a lot bigger than the body. That's how we're kind of selling this cartoon plush effect. But he said we can count this one as done, so on to the next UGC for them I go, but that may not be a video. It probably won't. Anyways, that's how you make a plushie for your avatar on a Roblox. If you're not worried about getting it into a UGC or uploading it or anything like that, you don't have to worry about half of this video, because then you don't have to worry about any requirements. But if you are, this video will help you a lot. That is going to wrap it up, though. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.